This is Steven. Now, this wasn't my first trip out here. About a year or so ago, I was out here in this courtyard, as we are in agreement with. It's not helping us any. Now, the big issue, I think, is the contributing gutters all coming together, coming down to the one downspout, going into black pipe into we don't know where. Now, I have issues with the garage already in the sense that it's needing piering on the other side where the evidence is very strong. As we look at it from this side, I don't have a whole bunch of stair stepping yet and issues happening, but I'm curious that the footing isn't having an issue with washout at that point. So we're going to talk about each side of it and what that means. But as this would be replaced, I think I'd talk about maybe less planting in here and hardscape, and then possibly a drain that would always be able to go to daylight. So this is just ideas for this. What I want to talk mostly about is setting the garage still because of what it's doing to the house. See, we're in really good shape as you look up at all of that. There's no stair stepping coming down from the windows to that circle, and those are weak spots. Our caulk looks very good. My only issue seems to be this crack in the front. So far, just from the evidence that we see, I've got a little cracking on the columns because those things want to tilt. They'll fall down in a way, but again, very minor. I look at how the brick was set. It looks like it's kind of was set at a little bit of a bow there. There's no real breaking, nothing coming to the corners, to the stone here in the middle. We do have it to where this has happened on both sides, but this flexes. So I don't really see anything other than movement that comes up and down. Now this tree, the root system mirrors the branches. So we know the root system is well underneath the garage, and this footing is up higher. This was a cold pour, and the cold pours were concrete's poured next to concrete. And we see that here. Concrete never cleans itself in a beautiful line, and you can see where that segregated concrete is in the river rock there. So this shows two different pours. This is now settled. That's why we've had the breaking and the tuck pointing and the shearing of the brick. Whenever brick shears like this, that's an action. It's supposed to have done it at the mortar, which is weaker. So by setting this still with piers, that sets this still. This also shows this in the opening pier of the window. Those will all need to be recaulked after we're done. Then the kitchen has had resulted issues with the floor and bowing to the floor and bowing in all those areas. Well, that roof all lands on that. So as that moved, that arched this area. The back deck, we talked about a center post. I don't believe that's doing anything to affect the house at all. And other than the courtyard, I don't know that there's really anything else that we need to do, but we're going to sit down, talk about options, talk about downspouts going from PVC to daylight or to dry wells, and setting the place still. But thanks for having me out.